Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SmackDown review. And let me tell you right now, this review is going to be quick because number one, WrestlePalooza is tomorrow. Number two, this show was a whole lot of nothing, as usual. Dead. Lifeless. But hey, there were maybe two or three things worth mentioning, so let's dig in. You could actually tell this week they tried. Like WWE didn't just phone it in with a 0 out of 10 trash heap. This one, I'd give it a solid low single-digit score. Not 0, maybe a 2, maybe a 3 if you're feeling generous. That's right, folks. WWE is finally producing content that's not complete and utter garbage. Round of applause. But let's be honest, you can't fall off the ground. When you've been serving up a buffet of 0, 10, and 110 shows for months, suddenly a 2 or 3 looks like WrestleMania. And speaking of, WrestlePalooza is tomorrow. And I'm telling you right now, WWE's back is against the wall. For the first time in years, they actually expect people to pay real money for a pay-per-view. We're talking $20 to $30 bucks. So, yes, I actually expect them to pull out at least a half-decent show, maybe even a shocker. But you know what that means. Triple H the Gamer is going to dig deep into his little bag of cheap pop booking tricks. You know it. I know it. But hey, I'll take it. Anything beats the zeros they've been dissing out every week. Now let's dive into this SmackDown mess. We kick off with Brock Lesnar scheduled for an interview with Michael Cole. Did the interview happen? Ha! Not a chance. Brock grabs Cole, yeets him into the ring like a rag doll, and doesn't even let him ask a single question. Beautiful. Classic Lesnar. That's the Brock I grew up on. Beast mode. Destroying anything in sight. He looked like an absolute monster, and I loved it. And then, oh yes, Broccoli Lesnar, because why not, decides to start handing out F5s like Oprah gives out cars. You get an F5, you get an F5. Corey Graves runs out like a hero trying to save Cole. Big mistake. Boom. F5. Graves sells it perfectly. Honestly, this felt like they're writing him off commentary so Wade Barrett can return and tag team the booth with Joseph Tessitore. Fine by me. But Lesnar wasn't done. Oh no. He goes outside, starts throwing prime bottles around like Logan Paul's worst nightmare, chucks the steel steps, and storms back into the ring. He looks dead into the camera and growls, "John Cena, I'm coming for blood." Chills, man. Straight chills. If you don't remember their 2012 Extreme Rules match, do yourself a favor and go rewatch it. Blood, chaos, storytelling, everything wrestling should be. If tomorrow is even half of that, I'm in. Lesnar F5s Graves again just for fun, then walks off. Absolute carnage. Backstage, we see Paul Heyman chilling with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, doing his usual slimy thing. Lesnar walks up to him and says, "Heyman, we should talk." And I'm sitting here like, excuse me? The last time Lesnar and Heyman were on screen together was SummerSlam 2022 when Roman buried Brock in a tractor match. Now 3 years later, suddenly they're BFFs again? Make it make sense. But I get it. Brock's first night back, he wants the advantage. And Heyman's a snake. If siding with Lesnar benefits him, you know damn well he'll do it. Honestly, I wouldn't hate it. Heyman ditches whatever this garbage vision group is supposed to be, goes back to Brock, and boom, Lesnar's world champ again. Raw instantly becomes 1,000 times more watchable. Because let's be honest, the vision makes no damn sense, and it never will. So yeah, that's the review. SmackDown was a 2 out of 10 at best, but tomorrow has potential. WWE better deliver, or Wrestling Worm is coming in hot with another rant. Seth Rollins does not need this goofy Vision faction. He doesn't need Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, or whatever parade of Braun and Brun clones they keep attaching to him. Hell, throw in LeBron James, Bronny James, Bryce James, Space Jam James. None of them. Seth Rollins is better off without every single one of them. And don't even get me started on Paul Heyman. Seth doesn't need him either. At this point, Rollins should just chill with his wife for a few months and let his back recover from carrying this garbage faction. The Vision is stupid. There, I said it. It's dumb, it's pointless, it makes no sense. This is the same guy who spent the entire WrestleMania 40 run fighting tooth and nail to take down Roman Reigns' tyranny, only to turn around and form his own faction. What are we doing here? That's like fighting a dictatorship only to declare yourself king 2 weeks later. Nonsense. And look at Breaker and Bronson. These dudes haven't been elevated at all. Why would either of them play yes men to Seth Rollins? They could be fighting for the IC title or the world title on their own. Instead, Braun Breaker, the guy we're supposed to believe is the future of WrestleMania, is sitting around being Seth's sidekick like a glorified jobber. It's not helping anybody. The promos are boring, the storylines go nowhere, nothing exciting has happened with this faction in months. Everybody knows it's trash, and the viewership proves it. And let's not forget Clash in Paris. Right before that main event, Seth himself says, "I don't need the vision. I never needed the vision. If I can't retain the belt myself, I don't deserve it." His words. Then what happens? He doesn't show up for them, doesn't care when Paul Heyman gets wiped out by Roman, and basically abandons them. But now, boom, back together, happy family again. Everything is magically awesome. Triple Fraud's booking strikes again. And don't even get me started on Brock Lesnar attacking John Cena. Why? For what? What's the story here? You can't just shrug and say, the story writes itself. No, it doesn't. We've already seen this story. If you're running Cena versus Lesnar again, there has to be a fresh reason. Otherwise, it's just lazy shock value. Cena deserves better than being fed to Brock one last time just for a cheap pop. This man deserves a layered, emotional final chapter, not some rerun from 2012. It's embarrassing. Anyway, moving on before my blood pressure spikes. We had a women's tag match, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. Do I even need to tell you who won? Of course, Charlotte and Alexa won. Was anyone betting on Chelsea and Alba? Please. Decent match, but nothing groundbreaking. Charlotte and Alexa will probably sit on those belts until Rhea Ripley finds a partner and steamrolls them. Maybe Rhea and Io, maybe Rhea and Nikki Bella. It doesn't matter. The current champs are placeholders, period. Then we got the Vision versus Fraxium. Yeah, nobody cared. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker squashed them into oblivion. Fraxium went from being a respected NXT tag team to full-time jobbers on the main roster. 4 or 5 matches in 6 months and they've lost them all. WWE brought them up just to kill them. Bravo. Next up, Nia Jax waddled out to do nothing, and I'll be fair here. She tried. She actually showed a little charisma. She clowned Tiffany Stratton for being annoying, roasted Jade Cargill's lack of wrestling ability, and honestly, it wasn't bad. Not great, but not bad. I'd rather hear Nia ramble for 5 minutes than sit through another Tiffany Stratton promo where she sounds like a TikTok influencer who got lost on her way to Sephora. Oh, and speaking of Tiffany, she was supposed to be in a triple threat tomorrow at WrestlePalooza with Jade and Nia. But guess what? Canceled. Injury. Which means we're paying $30 for 5 matches. 5 matches. Are you kidding me? Anyway, the triple threat is now happening next week on SmackDown. Honestly, I think that's when we'll see a title change. Either Nia or Jade takes the belt. Bookmark it. Finally, we got Carmelo Hayes versus Sami Zayn, and this was actually good. Fun match, entertaining until the finish. The Miz was on commentary the whole time because Corey Graves got F5'd into the Shadow Realm earlier. Great action, lame ending. Story of WWE lately. There's your angry rant, wrestling worm style, roasting the Vision, calling out lazy booking, clowning on bad promos, and sprinkling in some actual praise when deserved. All right, I'll be real with you. This match was actually entertaining. Good athleticism, solid selling, slick movesets, a few spicy false finishes. Even though everybody and their grandma knew Sami Zayn was going to win, there was still that little voice in the back of your head going, hey, maybe Carmelo Hayes might actually pull this off. Because let's be honest, this is Carmelo Hayes. The guy's been grinding for this title shot for what feels like a year and a half. Finally, WWE puts him on TV in something that actually matters, and part of me wanted to see him take it. But deep down, I knew the poor guy wasn't walking out with the gold. And how does it end? With one of the weirdest finishes I've ever seen. Sami Zayn hits a standing still haluva kick, like he forgot how to run, then follows it up with a blue thunder bomb, and boom, clean pin in the middle of the ring. Just awkward. Like, this man went from underdog king to hitting finishers that look like he just slipped on a banana peel. Now look, if I was booking it, I'd still have Melo lose, but at least in a way that sets him up for something bigger. Because I guarantee in a month or two, he's back knocking on that title door, and that's when he should finally get the big win. Or better yet, imagine tomorrow at WrestlePalooza, mid-show, they throw in a surprise rematch after some trash talk. That'd be unique, creative, different. WWE probably won't do it, but hey, a man can dream. Either way, Sammy keeps the belt. Solid match, just weird ending. Now backstage, Damian Priest yeets Kit Wilson straight through a wall, like legit cartoon style, just bam. Honestly, it was more entertaining than half the matches we've seen lately. Then we hit the main event segment, the contract signing with Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. But before that, gotta give a shout out to Drew for being a savage online. Dude reposted this TikTok where some guy, Dean Withers, I think, is doing this dramatic, I respect you, I love you bit, and it sounded exactly like Cody's Respect Hero promos. Drew captioned it like, sneak peek of Cody's promo tonight. I laughed way too hard. Finally, somebody calls out Cody for recycling the same, I fight for respect speech for the past 2 years, about damn time. Anyway, contract signing itself, pretty basic. Codarius Roington gets on the mic and tells Drew, you're not a Scottish warrior, you're a keyboard warrior. Cute. He reminds everyone they were tag champs like 15 years ago, then drops the line that Drew's legacy will be losing to him on WWE's first ESPN show. Drew fires back, calls Cody a corporate champion, and basically tells him, fans are going to get sick of you, just like every other flavor of the month. Then they scrap, and Drew puts hands on him, standing tall at the end. Now, normally that means Cody's winning tomorrow. But what if, and hear me out, Drew actually shocks the world and wins the title? I saw The Rock hyping WrestlePalooza on his Instagram. Imagine The Rock shows up, endorses Drew, and declares him the new corporate champion. That's a story. That's fresh. That's interesting. Drew's more than capable of carrying that kind of angle, and it'd give us something we haven't seen in years. So yeah, match was good, finish was awkward, contract signing was mid, but Drew standing tall got me thinking maybe they'll finally pull the trigger. And I swear, I can't stop thinking about Punk, Randy, and Cody heading into this show. Thanks for watching, Wrestling Worm fam. Tomorrow night, WrestlePalooza, we'll be back to rant again. One love, peace out. And like Jay said, we're running this back one more time. Have a great day, have a phenomenal day, peace.